Hey everybody, Miss Lottie Da here, and today it is such a beautiful day outside, so I thought I would come outside and film for a change. So I am going to talk about the book of the month that I chose, which was called Siren Queen by Nghi Vo. Um, Excellent book. I highly recommend this book. It was so good. So it takes place back in, I want to say like the um, old Hollywood, like the just after the silent films went away and talkies became. So way back in old Hollywood. One of the things that stood out for me the most was that the main character, Luli, was a lesbian. And for old Hollywood back then to, that was just something unheard of. You didn't really hear about that kind of thing back then. And I thought it was so interesting because the relationships she had, of course, were other female actors that were lesbians as well. And it just really stood out to me. And I thought it was so interesting. And I feel like had she not made that character a lesbian, the story wouldn't have been, to me, maybe as good. It would have been just a regular book about a rags to riches kind of story, in my opinion. But since she added in that factor and she added in like the relationships that she had with other lesbian actresses of that time, it really made the story, and it made it more understandable. And I loved it. Luli is a very strong character. She's a very strong woman. She knows what she wants, even as a child, which is when she gets discovered. And this book is about her being discovered. And like I said, it's like a rags to riches story about her working her way up from the streets in her parents' laundromat all the way up to making it in Hollywood and being in films. And the so-called monsters of Hollywood, if you will, which, are the producers, the directors, that type of thing. And she refers to them as monsters in this book. And it even takes you on a journey of what if they actually were monsters. And there's some scenes in the book, I don't want to give it away, but there are some scenes in the book where they actually do monster like things, like becoming, like a werewolf or just some sort of beast in the book. And it makes it exciting and it changes it up a little bit and really makes an impact on the story because you're reading along, and you're just like, okay, yeah, well, she's, making friends, or, oh no, this is about to happen. And then all of a sudden this scenario comes in and she's like, oh, I hear so and so coming, but it turns out he is in a monster form. And it's an actual monster. And you're just like, whoa, I did not see that coming. And this book is full of that. This book is full of I did not see that coming type of scenarios. And I think that's another reason why I liked it so much. There was a lot of excitement. There was some drama, yes, but the drama was kept to a minimum. But there was just more intense sequence. There was entertainment. I laughed at some parts and also got a little emotional at some parts too, because especially when it came to her relationships and how her heart, was broken, or she was missing her parents and her sister. And at the end, when she does come in contact again with her little sister, it was shocking. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to give any more away about that, about the book, because I highly recommend it. It's not a very long book if you're an avid reader like I am. This was just like, it took me a couple days to get through the whole thing, only because I kept getting distracted with other things. But other than that, I give this book a 5 stars, definitely. And I did give it a 5 stars on Goodreads. which if you are not familiar with Goodreads, Goodreads is an app that you can download, and you can go on there and you put in books that you want to read. They have giveaways. I have won so many books from the giveaways, you guys. It's amazing. I love it. And you can find friends on Goodreads that share your same interest in books. If you're a reader, definitely give Goodreads a try if you like it. What else can I say about it? So June the 1st, I get to pick my next book of the month from the actual book of the month club. Now, I don't necessarily, for this, show's purposes, I don't necessarily have to have a book of the month club book, but I just think it's interesting and I like it. So, and I have a huge stacks of to be read books, but I just thought that it would be interesting to do the actual book of the month club. I am not paid to talk about that at all. I don't, I'm not paid to endorse them by any means, but if you go to bookofthemonth.com, you can find other, you can sign up for the subscription. Sorry, it is a subscription, a monthly subscription. Your first book is $5, and then after that, it is $16.99 and free shipping. So come June the 1st, I will select my new book, and I will let you know what that is going to be. Now, in case you want to know what this book is all about, at the first of the month, I did a video and I read to you what this book was about. So, but basically I just I told you exactly what it is, pretty much. Also, another thing is that being of Asian descent, her parents immigrated over here, and so her trying to grow up in a predominantly white area, and they have their little Asian laundromat, and the book kind of touches on a little bit about how they were kind of mistreated a little bit, how Asians were looked upon during that time, and so you kind of touch on that. But as you read more of the book, you forget that. You forget that she's Asian. Like, the book has nothing to do with that whatsoever. It really doesn't. So, I mean, it touches on it when she's a kid, but that's it. Once she starts getting more into Hollywood and such, it really doesn't touch on that. And if I could ask the author of the book one question, it would be, why did you choose the main character to be lesbian? I'm just wondering, just out of curiosity. But like I said, I love that she did that, because it changed the way that you read the story. I shouldn't say read the story, but in your head, the way that you picture things in your head happening, and it made it more interesting. I feel like had she not, like I said earlier, this book would be boring had she not done that. So I really appreciate that she did it. And I do want to read some more of her books. She has a lot of other books out there. And this, if you want to pause it and read it, you can, but this tells you a little bit about her. And she sounds like a person that I would love to meet someday, and I would totally befriend her. I loved her so much. She did such a good job with this book. This is it's just, so the first couple lines, I don't know if you can read it or not. You can pause it and read it if you want to, but it says right here, it was magic in every world. It was a kind of magic. That's what I think about this book. Now that's what the main character thinks about Hollywood. I think that about Hollywood too. Well, old Hollywood, that is, not current Hollywood, old Hollywood. But that's what I have to say about this book too. It pulls you in, and it really makes you want to know more about this character. So I really liked it. It has a happy ending, I will say that, but that's all I'm going to say about it. All right, thank you so much for watching and enjoying being outside with me here today. It's such a beautiful day today, so I thought I would come out here and talk instead of being cooped up in the house. So there might be more videos like this in the near future. So I'm Miss Lottie Doll saying ta-ta for now. Thank you so much for watching.